Hey there, welcome to Rave Culture Cast, your weekly guide to the EDM community, music festivals, and more, hosted by me, Emma Capotis. Each week, I'll be covering everything from dance music culture, industry news, trending topics, and festival tips, advice, and reviews. You can also expect to hear stories from ravers, artists, business owners, and more. Tune in every Wednesday for your weekly dose of peace, love, unity, and respect. Alrighty, you guys, welcome back to Rave Culture Cast, your weekly guide to the EDM community, music festivals, and more. I'm your host, Emma Capotis. Happy Wednesday, fam. Welcome to the episode. This week, we are celebrating all things love on the podcast. So it's a little bit early, but this is my Valentine's Day episode, and I wanted to bring back our user-submitted stories. So today, I'm going to be reading your stories, your love stories, all about how you met your significant others. So most of these are people meeting at raves or festivals, and we're just going to celebrate all of our beautiful rave couples in our amazing community. So that is what we're going to be diving into today. Super excited about it, you guys. Just to catch you up on what's been going on with life before we dive into things, I'm feeling really good, just to keep you updated. Like, there were definitely a couple months there where I was, struggling, but I feel like very much in a new energy. I feel things shifting around. I've been making a lot of decisions in my personal life to kind of put myself first and take some things off of my plate so that I have more time to have a better work-life balance. So if anybody else is listening and is kind of like going through the same thing, I'm right there with you. But there's going to be some changes coming. There's going to be some new things I'm trying because I've been doing things the same for a really long time. But I'm excited for this next chapter, and it's all good things. Our puppy comes this Friday. Actually, yeah, but this Friday, by the time you guys hear this, we have a new puppy in the family, which is so exciting. So I'm going to post a video on YouTube, but all of that kind of preparation is happening. So all good things. Before we dive further into your love stories today, you guys, I really quickly want to talk about a friend of the podcast, Rolita Couture. I've talked about them before. You guys know them. You love them. Rolita Couture is an amazing ravewear brand. They are based out of Las Vegas. They have an incredible team coming up with the most insane, beautiful collections for any sizes. They have a new collection dropping very soon called Be My Galaxy, which is like this really cool, like purples and pinks and blacks. Really love the whole line and the silhouettes they've got. And again, they're for every body. So no matter shape, color, size, doesn't matter. There's something for everyone. They've got a bunch of new collections coming out too. So they're always staying on top of the trends, staying on top of their game. You can check them out on rolitacouture.com, and you can use discount code EMMAK to get 15% off your orders. Save that money, fam. Emma K, get 15% off your orders at Rolita Couture. Order something so it comes in time for Ultra, EDC, all that good stuff, and show some small businesses some love and support. So thank you, Rolita, for partnering with us on today's episode. All right, you guys, my only quick announcements for you, of course, come join our communities online. We have a Discord. We have a Facebook community. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Rave Culture Cast. So there are plenty of places to connect with us. And I hope that you guys come join our communities, come hang out, say hello. What else, you guys? Let's do our oldie but a goodie. So this week I wanted to pick a love song because it just fits in with the whole theme. So I was scanning through, trying to think of what songs are, about love or about relationships in the dance music community. And I stumbled upon Above and Beyond's beautiful song, Good For Me, which came out in 2007. So this song actually was recommended to me when I was putting together my wedding playlist. Somebody sent me the acoustic version of this, and it was beautiful. But I'm going to throw out there the classic Good For Me from Above and Beyond. It's a beautiful little love song for all my trans fam. I think you guys will really like this. It's very like euphoric and vocal driven. So I'm going to play a quick little clip of that for you here. Oh, it sends me sky high. Oh, baby, I know you're good for me. I know you're good for me. You're good for me, my baby. Alrighty, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that got you in the mood. So now we're ready to talk about some love stories. So I'll quickly share my story because some of you might know it, some of you might not, but I actually did do an episode. It's at least over a year ago, but I did an episode called, I think it was Raving Without Your Significant Other. So for me, I personally, my partner is not into raving and not into going to music festivals at all. He does not come with me to any of them. It's just like not his thing at all. And we've been able to make it work. We just got married and I get a lot of questions about this all the time. It is totally possible to have a partner who doesn't, do the exact same things as you, but that's a story for another day. So for me personally, this doesn't fit into my lifestyle or my love story, but you guys have sent in some incredible stories. So I'm going to dive into them right now. I'm going to start with our social media submissions, and then I'm going to get into your emails. And I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't get to all of them. There were quite a few submissions, so I'll either have to bring this back or I'll share these in another place. But thank you guys so much for submitting your stories. All right, so I'm going to start with Instagram here because these were a little shorter, and then we'll get into emails. But this is from Cosmic Matter. It says, my husband and I met through mutual friends. So back in 2018, I had become a part of this rave fam. My rave mom noticed I was lonely, sad, and going through a lot, to say the least, a horrible breakup. On a Monday night, my friends set up a kickback. I was studying for school and wasn't planning on going out that night, but my whole rave fam was texting me, making sure I was going to be at a small party. So they convinced me to go. I was a little bit nervous, so my friends and I just took shot after shot after shot. Oh God. The whole time there was a guy in the corner playing house music. At this point in my rave baby stage, I didn't like house music, so this guy didn't catch my attention until he started mixing some bangers. I immediately started crushing on him. We talked and spent the entire night joking around together, having a blast. I remember 2 months later for our first date, I was nervous because I never went on a real date before without hooking up and all of that, Everybody goes through that. So I knew I liked this guy and I didn't want to mess it up. My mom told me, you're nervous because you might have a future with this guy. She was dead set on him being my husband, and I laughed because I was cynical about love and marriage. However, 4 years later, we are married and expecting our rainbow baby. Oh my God. That is so fucking cute. See, he switched it up to bangers and you guys fell in love. That is beautiful. All right, this is from _Ray_Renee. I was married to someone else, and one of our coworkers took me and my ex to our first show, and of course, she brought her little rave fam with her. So they all came over for a little pre-party at my place, and when she showed up with my current boyfriend / her best friend Logan, I thought, damn, this guy is cool. He was wearing a black leather jacket and had purple and blue hair and a faux hawk with gauges. Fucking cool, right? So anyways, we all became one big rave family. We went to more shows together, and eventually me and my toxic ex broke up. So me and my current boyfriend instantly shot his shot. We always had eyes for each other, but there was never any play or disrespect to my relationship at the time. But once it was over, we started to talk more and flirt. And however, I moved out of state. We planned on going to a festival together, and he eventually moved out of state to come be with me. We've been together happily for 2 years now and are going to Lost Lands together this summer. So excited to have found an awesome rave bae who loves the scene as much as I do. My ex always talked down on me for going to shows, so I love being with someone who loves it as much as I do. That is fucking beautiful. Guys, if it doesn't work out with somebody, something better is meant for you. That's how it always is. This is from Amy Hallex. My fiance and I met in summer 2017 at a festival here in Canada. I had come back to my hometown while on summer break from university. Me and a friend from work decided to go together, but met up with a bunch of his friends before heading to the festival. We were only there for about an hour and it started to rain hard. The next thing I knew, this sweet guy is here handing me his rain poncho. After that, we spent the day vibing and having a good time together. The next day, we spent the entire festival together and went back to an after party and had such a fun time. Later that month, I was getting ready to go back to school and we decided that we would do our best to make long distance work. After about 8 months apart, I decided to move back home and finish school back up. And we worked to save up to buy our own home. Now we've been together almost 5 years and got engaged in 2020 and we'll be having our wedding in June. Wow. I can't believe how amazing the EDM community is and how it brought me some of my closest friends and the love of my life. Eternally grateful for this life and dance music. I'm so happy we did this, guys. I knew this was just I hope this is making everyone smile. And even if you're not in a rave couple, guys, there's hope out there. That's beautiful. This is from _the_glitter_queen. Long story short, we met at a party. We were introduced by our significant others at the time. He added me on Facebook that night, but we never talked until 2 years later. He tagged friends and I in a music festival event post. I said something sassy. He slid in my DMs. He has been my favorite guy for the last 9 years. We'll be married 3 years this February. He's my best friend at Glitter Trove, business partner, and so much more. I love at Gingermatic so much. That is fucking adorable. Guys, slide in those DMs. Also, I love that there's a common theme, like with time apart or long distance. You also never know in a relationship, like if it's meant to be, it will be yours. I can't stress this enough. Like even Brian and I, like we were together, like seeing each other for a few weeks, and then we went our separate ways for like 7 months and didn't speak at all, and then came back together, and like now we're married. So as devastated as I was, like you kind of just have to realize like sometimes better things are meant for you, or things will come back together if they're meant to be. You never know. You can temporarily live somewhere else if you're in a long distance situation, but that it's temporary, keyword. So you never know where things will go. All right, Haley Bartleson said, we met at a pregame before Lollapalooza. He told me he was from New Orleans and I was living in Pittsburgh at the time. I tried to get his number / meet up with him all weekend. Finally, on Sunday, we met up right before Flume and we had our first kiss during You and Me while the kiss cam was on the screen. Flash forward a year later and I moved back to Charlotte, North Carolina, and he moved up here with me. Honestly, a fairy tale. And that is she put at Alex_, I think it's Latoul. Disco Pretty said, hi, at Jenny Disco and at DJ Keith Christopher came together on Groove Cruise 2015 with our first date being an epic 8-hour back-to-back set in a Haven suite as the sun came up over the ship. 4 years later, we were engaged at Groove Cruise at the end of our main theater performance, and this past sailing, we hosted our own stage that featured at Deep Fake Official and at Claude Von Stroke. It's been an amazing journey that we are still writing. We've met so many Groove Cruise fam over the years who have been inspired by our story, and they inspire us. She reached out to me. This is so fucking awesome. I love this. I love that you guys have Groove Cruise in common. I love that you're both artists. Like, so cool. Amazing that you have that in common. I love that you can even go back to Groove Cruise every year and still like celebrate your love. So this is amazing. We're seeing all types of relationships. All right, last one from socials. This is from Haley. Met my girlfriend last year at Forbidden Kingdom when we were staying in the same hotel. I gave her some of my leftover fries in the festival, exchanged brief small talk about how some of our favorite artists we have in common back at the hotel, and that was all. Almost a month later, reconnected on social media where we exchanged brief messages for a few months up until Lost Lands. Met up with her for the first time since Forbidden Kingdom in the midst of the shit show entry into Lost Lands, with very little expectations of furthering our friendship or spending the festival together. Once I met her again at Lost Lands, we were basically inseparable for the entirety of the weekend. Once back home, I came out to all my friends and family, and I guess myself. A month later, we began dating, and now I get to fall more in love with my rave bae travel buddy every day and be the truest version of myself. I'm crying. That is so fucking beautiful. Oh my God, you literally just made me cry. Wow, that's amazing that happened, and it just like you guys just came together. So congratulations. That is so cool. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Oof, I knew this was going to hit hard, but damn, guys. Okay, I need a breather. All right, guys, just a quick reminder that we have our new merch line out. So if you are looking for any Rave Culture Cast merch or any dance music merch, so I've got different sayings related to house music. We've got our whole tech house line, all kinds of good stuff for you. So head over to the link in the description to shop the full Rave Culture Cast merch line. I also have my full Plur collection, so if you guys want to spread a little peace, love, unity, respect, we have tank tops, t-shirts, hoodies, beanies, all that good stuff. So go ahead and click the link below. Thank you so much for supporting the line. I love you all. Now let's get back into the episode. All right, guys, let's dive into the emails. We've got a bunch here. So this first one's from Sydney. It says, hi there. Back in February 2020, right before COVID, BTSM was playing a show in Phoenix, Arizona, where this guy, now my boyfriend, lives. The day of the rave, he shared a picture sporting BTSM gear, which Julie and Miranda reposted on the official BTSM Insta story, which is where I saw it. I thought he was a cutie, so I followed him on Instagram, and a few weeks later, we were chatting in the DMs. After a couple months, we decided to meet in person. I live in Colorado, and he flew to Denver to meet me. Fast forward to now, we've been together nearly 2 years and are about to move into a place together, and our rave festival experience only makes us closer. He comes to visit for all the raves at Red Rocks, and I fly out for all of the Arizona festivals. I wanted to share my story because despite not meeting at a rave, the rave community reaches a lot further than I ever expected. Thank you for letting me share my story, Sydney. Love it. All right, Britta Bader, what's up, Britta? Said, hey, Emma, I wanted to share my story about how I met the love of my life at a festival. It was Movement Detroit in 2007, and my friend and I had plans to go. It was both of our first time, so we were really excited. She was from Iowa and knew a lot of people who were also going that she went to college with. So we ended up meeting up with them, and they were all amazing, and we clicked right away and became family. I remember the first time I saw him. We were right outside the main stage area, and he was wearing a cocked hat and a brown shirt that said Detroit. I had a boyfriend at the time back home, so I wasn't even trying to flirt. However, the whole crew went back to Movement the following year, and the year after that, and the year after that. Each year, we hung out, had the best time of our lives, dancing in the moonlight and waiting for the sunrise. But when the festival was over, we all went our separate ways. He and I would talk on the phone every once in a while at first, but then it started to be up to 2 hours a night. We had so much in common. My boyfriend never wanted to experience a festival with me, and after 5 years of being together, I knew that he wasn't the one for me. So in 2012, I broke up with him and moved to Chicago to be with the love of my life. He ended up proposing to me in 2014 at our favorite place overlooking the Detroit River at Movement. We are now happily married and have a beautiful daughter and plan to go back to Movement this year for our 11th year. Music is what truly brought us together, and sharing those beautiful experiences with the person you love is a feeling like no other. That's from Britta. Beautiful. I love to see people coming together with who they were truly meant to be with. It's really, really amazing. So that's adorable. Okay, the next one is from Priscilla. This is a really, really long one. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll try to get through this one fast. Where do I begin with this? Disclaimer, this might be long. Here we go. All right, let's get to it. My best friend called me up the last week of May saying that I should go and visit her. So I'm the type of friend that usually, that I booked a trip to go and see her So I'm the type of friend that I am, so I booked a trip to go and see her the first week of June. Shortly after booking the trip, you know how Instagram stalks you and sees where you're going. Well, an ad for Tiesto concert showed up that was near her area, and so I mentioned to her, and we bought tickets without even thinking. And plus, this is her first rave event, so this was very exciting. So the day comes, and she also invites another friends of her to come and start getting ready and pregame too. Luckily, her sister gave us a ride back to and from the event, so shout out to her. We get to the event, we were so excited, and plus, this was my first event back since quarantine, so there was just so much excitement and feelings of our first event all over again. The weather was so amazing, and I was just so ecstatic to be back in a community of ravers. Typically me, I'm always out to do myself and drink like there's no tomorrow. And well, we get into the crowd and the music makes you drunker than you're supposed to be. And I was definitely feeling it. My friend was too, but she wasn't as drunk. A few hours later, I lose her and the friend I'm in the rave group with and I've been vibing with all night. Then some guy came up to me and started talking to me, and me and him vibed because we were both so drunk, and you know what that means. We started to make out. He mentioned his name to me many times, but I honestly couldn't remember it, just like he did too. I had to get out of the crowd to go get water, and since they didn't allow hydration packs in the venue, I had to go chill in the back for a second. He came with me, and we started to feel a little bit more coherent now. Then I remembered his name and the little things a person tells you about themselves. And in the back of my head, just a rave bae, don't catch feelings. I love that you're telling yourself that. Not that I always do that sometimes, but you remember those rave baes and you think, wow, they're truly amazing. But I was being guarded with myself since I don't want to get hurt. He kept saying all these things to me. I just want to be with you, be mine, let me take you out. You're perfect for me. I'll move out for you and all of that stuff. But I heard all this shit before and believed it in the past. So I just told him, no, you're drunk. Anyways, I do as I always do and just enjoy the moment. I said, let's dance and have a good time and not worry about the future. And so we did. We had an amazing night. We couldn't keep our hands off of each other. And well, the event ended and we got each other's phone numbers and said our goodbyes. I thought I would wake up depressed after that event, as I always do when I have such an amazing night with someone and you know you're never going to see them again. But this time I didn't. My best friend had such a blast, even though I lost her. Anyways, he texted me later and I didn't have high hopes of anything. He said he just wanted to come and see me and I said, okay, cool. We can have fun again one last time before I go back home. He came over later that night and he had flowers for me and I was just so shocked and amazed. We had a great first date and I didn't know what I was doing because, yes, I was catching feelings for him and I was trying not to. Excision was doing an event 2 weekends after Tiesto and I told him I would come back for this event and I gave him an answer. So I left back home in tears. I did purchase a flight to go back again, but halfway through the week of thinking, how can this be and why is this so far away? I'm just going to get hurt again. I just couldn't go back. So I decided not to go. And yes, I did straight up tell him. He was devastated and so was I. We did keep talking for a bit, but once a week and I was going to Vegas in July, I was hesitant to invite him. So I invited him 2 days beforehand and he said he might not be able to go. I truly felt bad for inviting him last minute, but he did come all after all that. It was the first time we saw each other since and the feelings were set aside for a couple weeks, all came back and we both started falling even harder for each other. And when the weekend was coming to an end, I was still being hesitant to what was to come for us, but he really wanted a direct answer and I couldn't give him one. We said goodbyes yet again, still uncertain about us. And then I woke up and realized I didn't want to let this go. So I flew out to Arizona the next weekend after. And well, I did something I should have done a long time ago. And I just let free and not hold back and told him exactly what I wanted. And boy, he was thrilled and it was all worth it. We then became an official couple after weeks and agreed we would work it out and see how things go. 6 months later, me and him are going back and forth to California and Arizona every month and are now living together in Arizona finally and hopefully plan to get married at EDC sometime in the future. Hope you guys enjoy and know that you got to kiss a lot of frogs to finally find your prince. Thank you. See you at the raves. Plur vibes. Plurcilla. That is crazy. Yeah, sometimes you never know if it's going to just be a rave bae for the night or a permanent rave bae, but I'm glad you guys found each other and ended up working it out. All right, this next one comes from Savannah Matlock. It says, hi, Emma. My name is Savannah, and I want to start off by saying you were such an inspiration to me, and thank you for always bringing the positive energy and light to our community. I look forward to the podcast every week. Thank you, Savannah. I'm so glad you're here. All right, I'm so excited to share our story, and I'm sorry if it's long, but I can't leave out any details. So it says, so my boyfriend and I met at EDC Orlando 2021. I'm from California and it was my first time in Florida. Not only that, but it was my very first EDC and I was celebrating my 21st birthday. So that alone was amazing. Anyways, it was my first day in Florida and I decided to go on Bumble because why not? I matched with this guy and we started talking. We had a lot in conversation in common. So the conversation flowed very nicely and he was really easy to talk to. I asked him if he was going to EDC and he said yes for all 3 days. Fast forward to day 1 at EDC and we met at Said the Sky set and I swear it was love at first sight. Not only that, but Said the Sky was playing his song Go On, then Love, and it was kind of perfect. Anyways, we had an instant connection and talking to him felt so right and so easy. We traded candy with each other. He gave me one that said, you arrogant son of a bitch, because that's the first thing I said to him. It's a line from The Notebook. And I traded him one that said baby daddy that I had been holding on to for 2 years. He never takes it off. After that, we caught a couple sets together and then he had to go find his friends. After the festival, we were texting all day. Day 2, we meet up again, spend the whole night together. We saw Afrojack, Galantis, Tiesto. We were at Tiesto and he had his arms around me. A guy leaned over and said, the way he looks at you is so cute. And it melted my heart because I've never experienced that before. The night after the festival, we were still texting and I ended up calling him at 5 a.m. and we talked until the sun came up. Now it's day 3. It's my birthday, a day I'll never forget. I didn't get to the festival until later because some of the birthday festivities, but as soon as I got in, I immediately met up with him and we spent the rest of the night together. We saw 7 Lions, our favorite, and I'll never forget being on his shoulders during Island and just looking around, thinking about how incredible life is. After 7 Lions, we went to the merch tent and he bought me the orange EDC sweatpants. Yes, because I was absolutely freezing and now I never take them off. It says, we left a little early because I had to go find my sister. We were waiting outside the Passport Lounge in front of the main stage. It was at least 5 minutes and Armin van Buuren was playing Blah, Blah, Blah in the background. I pulled him closer and we ran to the back of the crowd just dancing and singing our hearts out. It was amazing. He made my birthday one I'll never forget. They hung out. They went to Disney World together. I'm just going to breeze through the rest of this. It said, now he lives in Orlando and I live California. It's definitely very hard, but we make it work. We FaceTime every day and I never get tired of hearing his voice or about his day. He always puts a smile on my face. I never met someone so genuine, respectful, and kind in my entire life. We have a playlist of all of our favorite songs. I'm moving to Orlando in the summer for multiple reasons and to be with him because he really is the love of my life. We always talk like we've waited our entire lives for each other and just fit together like 2 perfect puzzle pieces. Not only that, but I straight up manifested this man's into my life and now I can't imagine life without him. I'm counting down the days till EDC Las Vegas because that's when we're going to see each other in person again. Mac, if you're listening, you mean the universe to me and I can't wait to live life, go to festivals, and travel the world with you. You are my everything. Thank you so much for reading and sharing my story, Emma. It means so much and I hope to be able to meet you one day. Oh, of course. That's so cute. I love. And it's really, really special that you guys found each other. So if you're listening, she cares about you a whole bunch. Okay, let's keep it going. This one's from Kat. It says, hey, Emma, after day 1 of EDC Orlando, my best friend and her friend ditched me over a misunderstanding. I was rave mom and I told them to meet me at the home base shuttles. They ignored me, got an Uber, took their things, and left the hotel. So I decided to stick with the Lunchbox fam. When I was waiting for the home base shuttle, my now boyfriend overheard me upset on the phone. He came over with his friend to check up on me. After telling him what happened, he walked me home every night after the festival and invited me to hang out with his rave fam. He got his phone stolen on night 1, so on day 2, I couldn't rage with him because his friends forgot to message me. However, on Sunday, we spent much of it together. We had so much fun. His rave fam was so kind and welcoming. My boyfriend and I have been official for 2 months now. We're sending it to Bonnaroo, which will be our first festival as a couple. Even though to this day I have no closure with my ex-best friend, I'm thankful I met my amazing boyfriend. By the way, thank you, Emma, the Lunchbox fam, Curly Raver, Cami, Tina Raves, or A Life with Ash for being so kind and helpful that frantic night. I love the podcast. Shout out Kat, by the way, at Catherine J. Cabrera. We were hanging out with her at EDC because of this exact situation because her friends disappeared, but it was so much fun hanging out with you. I'm glad we had that weekend together. All right, this one's from Jess. It says, hey, Emma, here's my rave couple story. I didn't quite meet my partner at a rave, but we are a Tinder success story. Yes, they fucking are, guys. He had pictures at Electric Forest on his profile and Above and Beyond, my favorite artist, in his Spotify top songs. So I was immediately interested. It turned out that he was actually moving to Portland in a few months, but I liked him so much that I didn't let that stop me from seeing him. We went to Electric Forest together, my first time after wanting to go together for years, and it was his 4th. It was our last weekend together before he was driving directly to Portland from Michigan. We hugged goodbye on Monday morning and went our separate ways. Imagine how sad it is leaving Electric Forest and then add your partner moving across the country. I was a mess. After about 1.5 years in Portland, he decided to move back to be together. That summer, he was planning on proposing at the ABGT Weekender, but COVID had other plans. We now have lived together for almost 2 years, have 2 cats, and recently got engaged in Tulum. The ring has, guys, just wait for this. The ring has a lifetime of small moments like these, an homage to Above and Beyond, engraved on the inside of the ring. Take a moment to let that sit in. Love found a way. I really can't. Jess is one of my friends and one of my coaching clients. She goes by @PartySafer with Jess. Love her. Her page is amazing. I'm obsessed with this whole love story, and I think the Above and Beyond ring is incredible. Okay, this one's from Emily at SweetMonty013. Hi, Emma. My fiance Eric and I actually met through TikTok. He jokingly posted about sending me his resume in my comments, and I sent him my email. Well, he delivered. We immediately got attached and bonded over our love of gaming and all things EDM and rave related. We started talking December 12th, 2020. Before the start of 2021, we had ordered tickets to go to EDC Orlando together. We have struggled through being long distance because he is in the Navy and is actually deployed right now. Wow. First off, thank you for your service. The months came and went, and we ended up in Orlando for my first EDC. He had been many times before. The night before day one, we were talking around downtown Orlando without friends and headed over to the Fountainette Lake. Oh God, I'm going to butcher the name of this. Eola, hopefully? Yola? I don't fucking know. Eola. Right there, he got down on one knee and asked me to marry him. It was the best moment of my life. We spent the rest of the weekend celebrating with our friends and seeing some of our DJs play. It was perfect. Congratulations. That is beautiful. Hannah said, here's a little story about how my boyfriend and I met at a music festival. It's a bit long, but there's so much context. In the summer of 2019, one of my friends convinced me to go to a local music festival with her boyfriend, and a number of her boyfriend's friends who I had never met before. It's always good to meet a boy through friends of friends or girl through friends of friends. You know, you can trust them for the most part. Anyway, I was pretty skeptical that I was going to hang out. Excuse me. I can't breathe. I forgot how difficult it is to record these episodes. Okay, so it says, I was pretty skeptical that I was going to enjoy hanging out with these random guys all weekend, but boy, was I wrong. My best friend tagged along with me for the music festival, and just 1 hour into the weekend, we are all laughing, vibing, having a great time. I couldn't help but think to myself, these are some of the best guys I've ever met. The weekend was so memorable. I got a tattoo shortly after the festival to remember it forever. My best friend and I became particularly close with two guys, my now boyfriend and his brother. So much that we decided to head to Montreal together just 2 weeks after we met and go to the Insomniac festival. My boyfriend was seeing another girl at the time, but nonetheless, we became very close friends in a short period of time. We spent a lot of time going to shows together, hanging out, drinking Bud Light, sharing dubstep tracks. Despite him seeing another girl, we both had a hunch that we were pretty into each other. This was later confirmed. Fast forward about 4 months, and my now boyfriend and I went on our first date together and attended our first show as a couple. My God, those first 2 weeks were absolutely electric. We did back-to-back shows every weekend. I would stay up until the wee hours of the morning just talking and enjoying each other's company. It was the closest I've ever felt to another person. Today, we've been together for just over 2 years and have been living together in our beautiful apartment for almost as long. Our shared love for dubstep and EDM has only gotten stronger. My boyfriend recently bought me my first DJ controller, and we have 5 festivals planned for this summer. My boyfriend is truly my best friend. He is the kindest, most supportive human I've ever met. Truthfully, I know the very second we met that we would be together, but I'm forever grateful for how our relationship evolved over time. P.S. My best friend and I mentioned early is also dating his brother. Double whammy. Boom. Mic drop. I knew something was coming with the brother there. That's fucking awesome. I love that. Pepe Soriano wrote, I didn't meet my girlfriend at a rave, but I did propose to her at EDC Las Vegas 2021 at the top of the bleachers on day one day before my birthday. Caught her totally off guard. Love it. Short and sweet. Beautiful. We love a festival engagement. All right. Only a couple more to go here. I'm going to take a super quick break, you guys, and then we will finish up with the last few emails. All right, you guys, just a quick reminder that I am selling tickets. I am an Insomniac affiliate. So if you need tickets to any of the following festivals, you can click the link down below. And I really appreciate you purchasing through my affiliate link. I do earn commission off of these, so I really appreciate you guys supporting me and the podcast. So we have Okeechobee tickets. I believe they're 95% sold out, so grab those before those are gone because that's in less than a month. I have Okeechobee. I have EDC Las Vegas. For sure, get your EDC tickets through me. I have Project Glow. If you guys want to go to that, I will definitely be at Project Glow in DC in April. And then I have Beyond Wonderland SoCal as well. So those 4 tickets, if you guys need any of them, I got you hooked up. So go ahead and click the link below to secure your tickets to all these festivals. All right, let's get back to the emails. All right, last few emails here. This one's from Emily. It says, hey, my name is Emily. I know this isn't exactly what you're looking for because my boyfriend and I didn't meet at a rave or festival, but we did meet because of music. Perfectly okay. We met on EDM Twitter. There you go. He had seen a post of mine about Murata coming up on his timeline twice in the same day, then decided to message me. I thought it was really cool that he lived in New Hampshire where I lived in Vermont because it's very rare to meet other ravers in this area. New England is lacking. We started off just chatting as friends, but also knew there was something from the start. After a while, we decided to meet up for our first date and hike to the top of the mountain. It's been nothing but magic ever since. He's really helped me through a lot, and I'm so glad that EDM, dubstep, and Twitter brought us together because he is the love of my life, and I am sure of it. We went to our first rave together in October to go see Excision, Slander, Space Laces, and Sippy at Haunted Souls in New York City, and then also met San Holo together about a month later. He recently surprised me with tickets to a trip to Forbidden Kingdom, and we have our Lost Lands tickets as well. If you decide to tell our story, I just want to say I'm really happy for Emma and her marriage, and I can't wait to have the same thing one day. Thank you so much. I wish the same for you guys as well. Enjoy your shows. Have fun at your festivals this summer. Sydney said 2014, I just turned 18, ready to go to my first ever festival. I bought tickets for EDC Las Vegas. I was originally going with a friend from high school, but they canceled literally a week before EDC. Fucking sucks. I was trying to sell my ticket when somebody else from my high school saw and offered me to come stay at their hotel with his rave group. Now, I didn't fully know him, like we didn't hang out at all, so I was apprehensive about going with a group of total strangers in a totally different state. But then my mom was the one to convince me to go and said, "It'll be fun. You might meet the love of your life," she said. LOL. The fact that your mom said that is amazing. Fast forward, I go meet up with everyone and I have the best time. Everyone was so nice and supportive, guiding me through my first major festival, but I was just feeling this one guy, Israel. He just had this really great energy, and on the third day of EDC, we went off on our own to spend it together. Talking about life, he was showing me new music, etc. I felt really drawn to him and immediately trusted and connected to him. The festival ended. Nothing happened between us. We're both shy. We started chatting via text all summer. I live in the Bay Area while he is in SoCal, and we decided to go to Nocturnal Wonderland 2014. He asked me to be his girlfriend officially on the top of the hill. Then we were long distance for 2 years, and we now live together in SoCal, going on 8 years now with 2 kitties. Side note, he encouraged me to start and go full force with my clothing brand, Moody Rainbow. I just love that my mom was the person who told me to go, and she called it. Wow, I had no idea this was your story. That is so fucking cool. Guys, we love a supportive rave couple. Alrighty, couple more here. Chloe, this is from Chloe. Me, I'm a 23-year-old female, and my significant other, 24-year-old male, have been together for 3 years now, but we met at an English festival, Creamfields. As the British weather usually is extremely windy, and I'm an extremely tiny woman trying to put my tent up, but it kept trying to fly away. So I was in a panic, and I jumped on top of it and just laid there. That's amazing. Until this tall, handsome man came to my rescue, and it was quite literally love at first sight. We both knew from that moment we were soulmates. 6 months on, I moved halfway across the country to be with him, and we've been together ever since. We love a knight in shining armor. Also, sorry guys, if you're watching on YouTube, my video cut out, so hopefully it's not interrupted too much, but love that story. Okay. This last email is from Amy. It says, while I was in law school, I got accepted to study abroad in the Netherlands in June 2014. So naturally, the first thing I did was see what festivals were happening. I decided to go to Harmony of Hardcore, and before going, posted it on the event to see if anyone wanted to meet up, as I was going alone and I didn't speak the language, I had never been there before, etc. Someone named Nadia responded, and we made plans to meet up by the lockers at the festival. Who would have thought that her ride to the festival is now my partner of 7 years? Erwin and I now live together in the Netherlands with our dog Nuka, and we are hoping to go to Harmony again this year. I love it. You guys never know what will happen if you kind of just put it out there in the universe. All right, I did have I think just 2 quick stories from Twitter, and then we will wrap this whole thing up. So this one's from Amanda_Cushion. It says, we didn't meet at a festival, but we could have about 3 times. I don't know what this says. We have abs overlapping friend group, and I think that was a spelling error. And we were all supposed to meet at EDC 2019, But you know how that goes. We went to the same festivals and could have potentially run into each other at Sunset Music Festival and EDC. We finally met through mutual friends in 2020 and immediately hit it off. First talking about trance music. We watched a Dash Berlin set together and decided we needed to vibe out under the electric sky. So we went to EDC Las Vegas 21 together, and it will be the first of many. And this one's from @2_Cameron. It said, we didn't meet at one, so if this doesn't count, just ignore me, but we met on Tinder and we hit it off immediately in person. Right away, we started sharing EDM with me, and I wasn't sure about it at first, but because I pretty much only listened to country a couple months in. I really started getting into everything. A couple months in, I really started getting into everything. He started to show me off with slow house music, and then he showed me Griffin, and I was done for. I became obsessed with EDM. We went to a Loud Luxury show, and it was so much fun. Immediately after the show, I wanted to go to a festival. So I started watching all of the festival and EDM docs/movies I could find, and when I ran out, I found Vibe with Aid and You on YouTube. Oh my God, no way, that's so crazy. All right, we bought tickets to Freaky, which would have been our first festival, and then also EDC tickets because I was ready to fly into the scene. It came time for Freaky, and when we walked into the grounds, it was the most amazing feeling for both of us. Being surrounded by music we loved and so many new and interesting people, we danced the entire time, and I felt like I was on top of the world, and I think that I was. Yeah, it was a real turning point in our relationship. I looked at us and life as so whole, so differently. I found a piece of me that I didn't know was missing because of him. He has taught me how much to have fun again and showed me a whole new world. I will forever be grateful to him. I hope you guys loved these stories. This was really, really beautiful. This was a huge serotonin boost to me. So I'm so excited that I get to share all of these stories with you. I'm going to take a super quick break here, and then I will be back with a ton of news in our Rave Culture Cast weekly recap. All right, guys, so let's dive into the news here. So the first thing I want to talk about, there is a new nightclub, of course, from Insomniac as they sweep the nation with all of their freaking nightclubs and event spaces and everything. But it's called Nova, and this is in San Diego, which I'm not as familiar with the area. I don't think they had anything like this. So their grand opening includes all of the following. You've got an RL Grime show. You've got a Deadmau5 show. You've got Jaws, Tiesto, Illenium, Diplo, Joyride, Steve Aoki. So huge lineup there. That's all really exciting. Oh, I didn't even have this on my list today, but I don't think I talked about this yet, you guys. There is a new space coming to, or a new venue coming to Manhattan as well, which usually we have shows in Brooklyn, but this is called Nebula. I've seen like their event calendar pop up, and it almost like looked too good to be true at first because I was like, what the fuck? Eric Prydz is playing there twice in April, so you know I'm out there. But yeah, it's a brand new nightclub. We did an interview with the owner. I think it's Richie Romero, who has been in the nightlife industry in New York for a really long time. So definitely check that out on Festival Insider and you'll get a first sneak peek. But yeah, Nebula New York is basically bringing like really incredible dance music artists, both mainstream and underground, into Manhattan again, because we kind of came out for a while, but and Richie explains it in that article, like why New York kind of moved their scene into Brooklyn, but he's trying to bring this like fully immersive experience. I think there's like GA, but then there's also bottle service, but it looks insane. They have these like panels that hang from the ceiling with like LED lights. Like it looks fucking nuts. So let me really quickly read the upcoming events because the lineup was crazy. It's Marco Carolla, Diplo, Lee Burridge, Loco Dice, Ameme, Adam Bayer, Eric Prydz, Jamie Jones, Lee Foss. So you've got like big names, you've got underground names, like really fucking cool. So I'm very excited about that new space. What else? We have some shows from Defected Records. So Defected Records is going to have some shows Miami Music Week. They're also going to do a show in New York, which is exciting, but they also did announce a show at Cardiff Castle July 2nd. So if any of you guys are in the area over there, that's going to be some really incredible house music. So I'd highly recommend it. Very excited that Sofi Tukker announced that they have a new album coming called Wet Tennis. So excited for this. The first single, Original Sin, is already out. They are also doing a tour. They just announced all of the dates They are going to be playing the Brooklyn Mirage, so I will not be missing it because I have still never seen Sofi Tukker live, and it pains me. So it's either going to happen at Ultra first or it's going to happen at the Mirage first. Lineup wise, we've got a lineup teaser from Movement Detroit, which is really exciting. So Movement is finally back after 2 years. This is like right in the middle of Detroit. This is a techno festival, really stacked as you can possibly imagine, like Adam Beyer, Anna is on here, Blessed Madonna, Carl Craig, Claude Von Stroke. You've got Louis Vega, Maceo Plex, Nina Kravitz, Richie Hawt, and Seth Troxler. I said that really weird, Troxler. I don't fucking know why I said it that way. But it's house and techno, guys. It's all good. Dancefestopia, kind of changing directions here. If you guys are into bass music, Dancefestopia is for you. So this is kind of an interesting mix. This is in September in Kansas City. I don't know how to describe this. Like it's primarily to me a bass music festival, but then they have a couple like random house artists in here. But I feel like this lineup, if I'm honest, is curated weird. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me because it's not enough house to get me to go. I feel like they should just be a bass festival or do what Lost Lands did. Like Lost Lands had like some bass house artists, which kind of like makes sense. But this lineup has a bunch of almost like melodic house mixed in. So I don't know. It's still really, really stacked. All the artists are really incredible, but I thought the lineup mix was a little strange. So that's Dancefestopia. And then you got the pre-party announcement for Dirty Bird Campin'. If any of you guys are going to that this month, the Thursday pre-party is Loco Dice, Steve Darko, Heidi, and Brett Johnson. So you've got some really good options in there. Lastly, I can't go through all of Miami Music Week events because it's insanely stacked and they keep announcing new ones every single day. But I do want to stress a couple. So the MK Pool Party lineup came out today. It's fucking stacked. It's Christoph Dombreski, Dylan Nathaniel, Honeylove, LP Giobbi, Kyle Walker, Will Clark, and MK. I'm going to be there the entire day. I'm skipping Ultra. I'm pretty sure I'm skipping Ultra and I'm just staying at the pool party the whole day. So hopefully I see you guys there. If you're into house music, I can't miss a single artist on this lineup. So I will be there from beginning to end. Elro is on Saturday. I'm definitely going to be at Elro. It's like Brazilian jungle themed. So I think our group is going to be like dressing in that theme for Ultra. And then we're going to Elro after. So I'm very excited about that. Gorgon City's party looks awesome. The Hell Deep pool party looks awesome. And then Dream State was just announced. So Dream State is going to be there Saturday and Sunday. So if you're into trance, we've got some trance options as well. So my friends, that is everything. Thank you to everybody who took the time to write in stories today. I loved reading your love stories. It makes me so happy, and it's really, really amazing to see music bringing people together, which is the whole point of all of this. So I hope this inspired you. I hope you guys are feeling the love right now. If I read your story or if you just feel so inclined, it would mean the world to me if you could share this podcast with someone today, make it your Instagram story, share a link, tweet it out. Rate and review. Spotify, you can rate now. Write a review. Go the extra mile on Apple Podcasts. It means a whole lot. So thank you guys for doing that. Again, you can check out Rolita Couture and the merch line if you guys want to shop any rave clothing. That will be in the show notes. And of course, join us at Rave Culture Cast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We are on YouTube, Discord, and Facebook. All right, you guys, I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy your Valentine's Day, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye, guys.